Hello, this is Randy Adams. Thank you for tuning in to AM 630 The Word. We're going to have a good show today. I hope I make a difference in your life. I want to be the best I can be at teaching you the good, the bad, and the ugly about the car business, and also having you the whole armor of God so you can protect yourself, protect your budget, protect your money, and make wise decisions biblically on buying and selling cars. Very important today because I'm going to tell you the world is against you, and you need the Holy Spirit to lead and guide you. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. It's Randy Adams. LearnToBuyAndSellCars.com. Talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly in the car business. And I buy the good, the bad, and the ugly. I buy, it don't matter. I buy bad motor, bad transmissions, wrecked. I help a lot of people out get rid of junk. Junk's tough right now. Prices are down. There's plenty of it, seems like. Junkyards are full, maybe. I don't know. Steel's down. But, it's still worth something. Get it out of the way. Get it off your lot. Talked to a lady that had a spare car the other day, and she just wanted it off her insurance. She had full coverage insurance on a $1,500 car. Wow. I mean, the insurance was double full coverage. Why? She had full coverage. That's why lots of times I said, find out what your vehicle's worth, because sometimes this insurance is double what your car's worth. So if you're in an accident, somebody steals it, you total it out, well, you get very little. And she wouldn't even, this lady wouldn't get $1,500. They'd want to give her $700-800. So she dumped it off on me, and I've got a place to go with it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And so, and it's ugly, but that's all right. It's still transportation for somebody. It beats walking, beats a bicycle. And so you just got to be prepared. And so now she's not paying that $3,000. She got a little refund. I think she paid in advance, so maybe she can get a refund. Of course, these insurance companies rip us off. I've talked about it many times. Our House of Representatives and congressmen, senators, they sided up with I guess insurance companies paid them off big time. Years ago, you used to buy insurance from an insurance company. And you paid them. They gave you a price, of course, the company did. And then if you're in an accident or get stolen or something, you dealt with your insurance company. And then they went after the other insurance company. But, no. We got thieves in Travis County. They sold us out to the insurance company. You bunch of brain-dead elected officials. Well, I hope we get redistricted. And I hope Weston Martinez runs, because we need somebody with common sense, a good Christian man that knows what's the best for the people. So anyway, now, since we're so down the river, I had this insurance man call in one time when I was still having a live show before prices got out of the world. And he goes off and he says, "You're all wrong, Randy Adams. You don't know what you're talking about." I said, "Well, hold it. I got a truck. I need a price for you, for insurance." I said, "Do you give it to me or an insurance company?" He said, "Insurance company." I said, "Okay, now I'm in an accident. Do you settle up with me? Do I have to fight the other insurance company, the claims adjuster?" "Well, you got to fight the claims adjuster." "So you sell me a policy and don't do nothing?" He said, "We do plenty." I said, "Like what? Collect the money, smile at us, tell you you love us, and then kick us to the curb?" "Well, we do plenty." I said, "You're not helping me. I bought the policy from you, and you're not helping me? I mean, you don't do nothing." He said, "Yeah, we do. We explain the policy." I said, "You don't explain the policy. Nobody understands. The lawyers that wrote it up don't understand it. So you don't do nothing." And all my old time insurance people that sold insurance for 30, 40, they all own big ranches. Must be a great business. Maybe I need to get my youngest son into that. Because let me tell you something. They sold us down the river, and they don't take every. Just had a lady call me that had a great car. A guy hit her, totaled it out. She had to fight the insurance claims adjuster. She got very little for a great car. Then try to replace it. See, what's going on with the market today? We all want the same cars, something under 120,000 miles, something under $20,000. Well, there's not enough of them, and we put more miles on them than we used to. I mean, I was talking to a couple the other day. I was trying to buy their truck and end up buying it. But anyway, They said they drive over an hour to go to church. Well, I mean, good churches are hard to find. I go to Tree of Life. I love it. I've been there 4 years. I still follow Pastor John Hagee. I was with him 28 years. And I drove to San Antonio, and people would say, man, that's a long way. And I was 28, 30 minutes if traffic was good. And it was well worth it. How can you improve? How can you get educated? How can you know what's going on in life? Unless you get out and do the right thing. Sometimes it takes a little effort. It's just like buying a car. It takes effort. Takes effort. That's right. To know what's going on, know the market, know your budget. Hey, know your banker, know your insurance man. I had a buddy of mine buying a GT Mustang for his son not long ago. I said, have you checked insurance? He said, yeah. He said, it's not so bad. I said, let me tell you something. They give you a 6-month quote. He said, how'd you know? I said, because after 6 months, they figured out kid's going to have a ticket or an accident, and they're going to quadruple your rate. I said, and if he's clean, they'll double it or triple it anyway. I said, be prepared. Well, he found him one. I couldn't find the right one, and I felt guilty about selling him one because let me tell you something. You give a young person a hot rod, and hey, it's going to cause some little friction with the family, and you don't want that friction with your son or daughter. And you don't want it down the road. It's not worth it. Put them in something safe and simple and, hey, with common sense. And so what happens, he got a ticket. Insurance got where it was way high. I was working with a Mustang the other day, and insurance was higher than the payment a month. Just talked to a lady that her and her husband, excellent drivers, never had an accident, and they pay $700 a month on 2 vehicles. And they're not high-dollar vehicles. But these insurance companies don't care. They want to get all they can get. It's kind of funny. You ever feel like everybody's after your money? The target on your back and the dollar sign on the front, they're chasing you down. There's only 2 kinds of cars, a Ford and can't afford. Man, them can't affords are miserable. Oh, are they miserable. And we gotta have it. We want the freedom. We want the comfort. We want to get around and be the best we can be. And it costs money. Just talked to a gentleman, and it reminded me big time about Proverbs. I love Proverbs. Number one, I love 1:5. Let the wise listen and add to their add to your learning. I want you to learn. I want you to be educated. I want you to grow and understand what's going on. And so the rich rule over the poor. And this is Proverbs 13:25. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Man, is that so? Man, I tell you, I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and this is what I'm getting to. Had an 810 score. Signed up on a big independent used car lot, big one. And first off, the market is dropped, and he paid way too much money for the car because he didn't know the market. He got talked into it. Man, these people are trained salespeople. I used to go to church, not used to, I still do. I go to Tree of Life, and I worked with a lady at the door, pleasant, beautiful lady, and she was trainer for salespeople for a big independent used car lot, big time. And she was great at it, evidently, because they moved her around to help train everybody, and she did it online to other. So she was a head person training people how to sell cars at this big independent used car lot. And so he walks in, and she got, I'll tell you what I did. Her mother owned a franchise in Phoenix, Arizona. I said, you know how to sell. You know what the market is. You need to, and her mother wanted to give her one of those franchises in Phoenix. I said, you need to go do it. And while you're there, make money and buy and sell cars. You know what's going on. So she told me after I talked to her for about 6 months, she said, I'm going to do it, Randy. And she did. She went to Phoenix, and last time I talked to her, she's doing super well. But I mean, you walk into these dealerships, and he's got an 810 score. Looks at his contract after he signed up. He's paying 19% interest. Hey, that was Carter days years ago. That's right, Carter days. So anyway, I said, you realize you bought a $40,000 car? And he said, yeah. You realize that 20% interest, and that's about what it is, really. You know, you're paying a lot of interest that you don't have to. With an 810 score, it ought to be a lot less. Did they put an extended warranty? Oh, yeah. How much was that? $5,000. I'd say extended warranty probably better than that one for a lot less. But anyway, I sell the best warranty I've seen in 40 years, and I've sold extended warranties for 40 years. And so I said, you need to get that refinanced. He got it refinanced, but I got a lender right now that has got the cheapest rates I've ever seen. And well, not ever. I'm sorry. It's the cheapest rates I can compare to right now, today's business. Interest matters. Talked to a good buddy of mine. Said, yeah, I co-signed a note for a buddy of mine not long ago, and the interest was 26%. If you got bad credit, and this guy, I know the guy. I sold him a car recently, but he had cash. My buddy told me, he said, don't finance him. He didn't pay, I had to pay. And he said, I kept helping this guy out, and things were supposed to get better, and it didn't. It's about like the story I tell every once in a while about my best friend was working for us, and I got in a car. Man, I'm going to tell you, it was a baby doll. He wanted it. So he went down to the bank, talked to the banker. Banker said, yeah, we'll finance it as long as you get Randy's dad to co-sign. He said, what about Randy? He said, oh, he's too young like you, but you talk him into it. So Billy called my dad and said, hey, Pops. He called him Pops. Said, hey, Pops, everything's great. So all you need to do is co-sign. He said, Billy, co-sign for you? I want him co-sign for Randy. He said, because if you co-sign a note, you're going to have to pay that dude. And I co-signed a note 20-something years ago for a friend of mine to keep him in business. And he's going to do my work, going to do this, that, and the other. Well, it bit me. So you got to watch out who you co-sign for. And the guy was a hard-working, good guy, real good guy, but he just couldn't keep it together. Sometimes people can't keep it together. I mean, it's just like me teaching a lot of people about what to do, how to buy, how to be prepared, what's going on in the business, and they still go in there and they just lay down and sign up for everything that these dealerships will throw at you, and it'll cost you in the long run. So know the interest rate. I asked this guy with an 810 score. I said, did you know the interest rate? He said, I didn't pay attention. They ran through it. He carried it. See, they distract you. They either spin you, distract you, become your friend, build their trust, and then they hammer you. Hey, it's all about money. That's all they care about. They care about money, and that is it. And here we go again in Proverbs 16:2. All a man's ways seem innocent to him. All your ways seem, I'm buying this car, they're taking care of me, I trust them. All a man's ways seems innocent to him. But motives are the weight by the Lord. The Lord weighs our motives. See, he's telling you, he's building trust in you, but the motives is to sell you. I'll get every available dollar and then some. And then they sell that note to a bank or credit union. The car dealership financed me. There's a few dealerships in a big time. They got so much money, they make so much money. What do you do with money? Well, you sell more cars by lending them out and getting the interest. And just like that, they're getting a lot of, they could have sold that note. They probably kept it because it was so juicy. They could have sold that note to a bank or credit union, and they could have got, they get down to 3, 4, 5%. Now, why won't the banks do the same thing for the individual? See, that's what I don't understand. They sell, these banks, credit unions, buy the notes from the dealerships, way low interest rate, but they won't do it for the individuals walking in the door. We beat credit unions all the time, 2, 3, 4%. Because I can get they offer it to me for new customers especially, and old customers, at a great rate. Why don't the banks do the same thing for their regular customers come in? We had one not long ago. We beat a major credit union, 3%. And I get a finder's fee for that. We don't want to rip the person off. But if you go into these dealerships, and they get it at 4 and 5%, which I can't get it that low. And then they add another 10, 8 or 10%. That's free money. That's your hard-earned money that you're paying income tax on, that you work 40 hours a week and it goes away. And the value of your vehicle goes down. See, this is all a big secret. It's amazing to me how the big secret in the car business continues to do that. So you need to know your credit score. You need to examine it, look it over, study it. Make sure things that you've paid for is off of it. I looked at mine here a couple of years ago, and there was some stuff I paid for, and they still had my credit rating down a little bit. I cleared that up, and it jumped back up. So, I mean, we all need to know what our credit score is. And we need to have 2 or 3 banks we do business with. Thinking about, I've got a banker now that's kind of chasing me like to have my business. But I'm with Frost Bank. I love them. I was with Chase Bank, and they ripped me off, but I was loyal. I mean, I was First National Bank, New Braunfels, Texas, saved me back in 1978. I needed a bank bad, and I was too young. And everybody said, this boy's too wild and crazy. He does too much business, and we don't trust him. So anyway, First National Bank, Joe Faust signed me up and saved me in the business. I'm not sure I'd be in the business today if it wasn't for them. But then they got sold out. It was Chase. So I was trying to stay loyal to them. But let me tell you something. Frost Bank's done a great. But, they don't want to advertise. I guess, I don't know. Banks, credit unions don't want anything to do with me. They should want me to teach their good customers and their employees. I got restaurants that want their employees to listen to my shows because they don't want them in trouble. They want them with a good car, being able to afford it, and show up at work. Man, we need our employees. And I would work and teach the banks, credit unions, their employees. I've been to Valero and taught there several times, especially down in Corpus Christi. They love their employees making better decisions. And when your employees got payments they can afford, they're a better employee. They don't have that stress on them. They know what's going on. They're educated. They're standing on their own, making better decisions. I want you so educated that you can teach somebody else. That's what I want. I'm giving back. 95% of my business is helping people, giving free information, direction, options, opportunities. Hey, a good deal starts with a good car. A better deal is when you make it the right way. You make the right decisions. You take pride, greed, selfishness, and keeping up with the Joneses out of it. I have a class on that, and I have a class also on don't bankrupt your parents. Come on, kids. It's just transportation. Hey, make sure your parents can afford it. And most parents don't, educate their kids about finances because most of the parents don't even know. But anyway, so they don't know that, hey, dad's payments, he's got a house payment, 3-4 car payments, he's got insurance payments, he's got taxes, he's got this, that, and the other. So how much money does a dad have left to make a payment on your car and insurance? Especially if you drive crazy and get a ticket, get in an accident. Then the insurance companies step it up and hammer you so bad. Man, I tell you, and they're getting, hey, these insurance companies make billions. They don't make millions. They make billions every year. That's why Warren Buffett and Soros own these big insurance companies. So I want you to understand interest. I want you to understand what you're doing, what you're buying, what it's going to be worth in 5 years. Clean up your credit. Talk to bank and credit unions. Get set up. Get a new line of credit. I was talking to a gentleman the other day. He said, I found somebody match my bank, my credit union. I don't remember which one he had. I said, well, get you a new line of credit. Keep your old bank for emergencies or something else and get you a new one going. And that way you got a little more room, availability. That's why I work with 3 banks, what's available. I mean, I may come across the big deal. I was bidding 22 trucks for a company the other day, and I may get them. Sometimes it takes a lot of money to operate. You got to have money to pay for them and keep going. I'm dealing with a guy right now. I'm buying 3 late model trucks from him, waiting on the titles to come in, get transferred to his name. So, just in case I need some money, I can pick up the phone and go to a banker and say, hey, I need some money for 30, 60, 90 days. I'm trying to buy a house and people are about to be foreclosed on. We're working a deal on that. Tough deal for the family, and they're moving. And so they're moving completely out of the area. And so I'm dealing with the house on there. I think I'm going to get it bought. Dealing on a piece of property, a friend of mine died. Real estate people, they don't know what's going on. They've run all kinds of crazy ideas and deals on this deal. And I'm high bidder still on the place, and she still don't know because these realtors, they're so sweet. Oh, we know it all. We can do this. We can do that, you know. And honestly, I've sold a tremendous amount of real estate in my life. And 95% of the time, it's me that sells it. Because, hey, most realtors, they hold a person's hand and walk around until they say yes. The other ones want to sign you up and get the listing and don't do nothing. So, I mean, I've sold a lot of property in my life. I love buying and selling property. I get calls all the time looking for large acreage. That's 100 or up. I've got a developer that develops properties, good, strong buyers, cash buyers. So I've got a developer wanting to buy a large acreage. I talked to a lady that has 200 acres. She's trying to figure out if she wants to sell it or not, if her family wants to fool with it. But you know what? I've had ranches in my life. And about the time you think family's going to help, it's all on you. You know, they're busy. They got busy lives. And I explained it to this lady. I said, your family's busy. Do they really want to work at it and take care of it? You know, I mean, are they going to let it run down? You know, are they going to pay the taxes? Oh, you got to keep cattle on it to get the taxes down. Are they going to do that? This lady's working hard, but she's getting up in age. I'm Randy Adams, LearnToBuyAndSellCars.com. I hope I make a difference in your life. Hey, go get an iHeart app. They're free, iHeart app. And after you got that, look up Learn to Buy and Sell Cars. That's Learn to Buy and Sell Cars. And listen to a few podcasts. I have a podcast on iHeart Radio. Tell 20 people about it. I need to count to get up where I'm visible on iHeart. So, and you can stroll down to get the latest radio shows. I think there's about 70 on there. And you got to stroll down. They start a long time ago, and then they go down to the recent. Also, I got the best insurance, extended warranty. And right now, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm paying big money for labor, big money for parts. Best extended warranty I've seen in 40 years. That's right. And they'll finance it. I can sell it to anybody in the United States, any certified mechanic shop or franchise dealer. They'll cover your problems. But you need help. I'll help you. I have an 800 number. I have an account manager that'll help. These dealerships, these garages will try to double dip you. They'll tell you warranty's no good, try to charge you, and then charge the warranty company too. We just sold one a couple of years ago to Hawaii. We just had one that we sold a year ago. The guy transmission went out. Franchise dealer tried to charge him $7,800 for a used transmission and told him the warranty company wasn't going to cover it. And we did cover it, but we got him a 3-year unlimited transmission for $5,800, and he didn't have to pay nothing. These franchise dealers, man, and I just had several other issues come up. They're trying to double dip everybody. So, hey, think about me. Access Key. If you need a key made, call me. I'll turn you on to Sam. Great guy. We're about to get him set up maybe on my website and on the radio show, Access Key. So I'm looking for sponsors that want to treat people right, tell the truth, be the best we can be. Well, God bless you. Hey, call me anytime. I'm sorry I didn't give my phone number out today. 830-708-4789. Go to randyadamsinc.com, hit the warranty button, and fill out your information. You get a price directly from the warranty company. And like I said, anywhere in the United States, and they'll finance it. But call me anytime. 95% of my business is helping others. That's 830-708-4789. And randyadamsinc.com pays for this radio show. We're working on trying to get sponsors, getting help to expand the show to help others. And who knows, maybe help to get a live show again. I've had a lot of people say, man, I love listening to you and calling in on the radio show. And I buy the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tell 20 people to listen to my radio show. Tell 20 people to go to randyadamsinc.com and tell them about the warranty. Tell them about the radio shows. I've got 5 of them. Hey, 2 of them spread across the country in 33 states. But I want to help. I want to give back. I want you to know mentally, physically, spiritually, this is a battle for your money, your budget, and your lifestyle. Like I said earlier, Proverbs 1:5, let the wise listen and add to their learning. And like that couple in La Crosse, Texas, they're great people, love them, needing to sell 2 trucks. I'm talking about a little bit about them next week. 830-708-4789. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. Hey, be the best you can be and forgive everybody and love everybody. We want to be the best we can. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in.